guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Mommy Monday video. If you are new here, my name is Melissa. I am currently in my third trimester, waiting for a baby. I'm actually, well, when I'm filming this, I'm about 31 weeks pregnant, but by the time this video goes up, I will be right there, like ready to go. I am planning these videos well ahead of time, which is actually part of the reason why I'm filming this video. I feel like third trimester is all about planning and timing, putting the final touches on things, getting ready for a baby, and then reminding yourself to relax and rest because your life is about to change forever. So I actually filmed one of these for second trimester, and this is going to be my third trimester checklist, to-do list, whatever you want to call it, getting ready for a baby. To give you guys a little bit of background on me before I hop into my checklist, so this is my second pregnancy. My husband and I live completely cross country from our family and our friends. So we don't have nearby people to help us. We are doing this all on our own. We do plan on having family fly in to help with the baby, but they're not gonna be here until like 38 and a half weeks. I had my first at 39 plus 5 and I was induced, so we probably are okay. But part of me is like, oh my gosh, that gives you an idea of why I'm doing things the way I'm doing things. My baby is also due in December, and having a December baby comes with challenges of its own. My big picture plan was I really want to have everything ready for baby and ready for Christmas before December starts. That way, during the month of December, I can just chill. Okay, so this list might be some things you've heard of before, some things you've done, and maybe some new things. You never know. The first thing I have on my list is baby shower. So if this is your first, you're probably gonna have a baby shower. If this is your second, third, fourth, fifth, you might have a baby shower. I think early third trimester is the perfect time to have your baby shower. It gets me nervous when people push it too late, simply because I know of people who have had their baby shower and then a week or two later have their baby. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can only imagine the anxiety because a lot of people get a lot of their stuff during their baby shower. So I like to have a lot of the big ticket items purchased and ready to go, especially by the time a month or two before baby arrives. I also have on here finishing up the nursery. Seems simple enough, right? Our nursery has been done since pretty much the start of my third trimester. Like I said, I'm planning a little bit ahead of time because I want to give myself time to plan for Christmas as well. So I got the nursery pretty much all done in my second trimester, but if you're not quite as anxious as me, definitely make sure you get it done in your third trimester. Next on my list is wash, fold, and put away baby's clothes, towels, swaddles, burp cloths, blankets, crib sheets, all of that good stuff. That way it is ready to go when baby is here. The very last thing you want to be doing is scrambling, doing laundry, putting a cover on your changing table when you have a newborn in your house. I think ideally you will have the bed made, the crib made, your bassinet all put together, clothes washed, folded, put away by the time you bring baby home from the hospital. If for some reason you have an early delivery, then it's a good idea to have somebody go to your house and get that stuff ready before you get home. Next thing on my list is to buy and prepare postpartum supplies for your bathroom. I actually plan on filming a video after this to go through what is in my bathroom ready for that postpartum period. For me, the recovery for postpartum is no joke. Whether you have a C-section or a vaginal delivery, it's a lot. There's a lot of supplies you have to consider getting. And so buying all of that stuff ahead of time, having it organized, ready to go in your bathroom, multiple bathrooms. So if you have an upstairs and a downstairs bathroom that you frequent, have a little station in each bathroom. I have on here order breast pump ? Because I talked about this in my second trimester video as well. I think it really depends on the earliest your insurance will let you order a breast pump and when your doctor will approve it. I was very lucky enough with both of my pregnancies to get my breast pump in the second trimester. At least try in your second trimester, but if not, definitely get it in your 3rd trimester. I would not wait until after baby is born to get it. Read the instruction booklet, figure out how it works, even test it a little bit to figure out like, okay, wash all your pump parts, get it all ready to go. So that way you have it again when you go home from the hospital. So next thing on my list is to wash and sanitize and sterilize all of your bottles, pacifiers, nipples, pump parts, etc. I do this a little bit later just because ideally I will be breastfeeding, which is baby to breast, so I won't need bottles and pump parts and stuff like that. I definitely know it doesn't always go as planned, and if you're bottle feeding, for sure make sure you have all of your bottles washed, sanitized, put away, ready to go. I'm in my bedroom right now, not my nursery, although it kind of looks like it. I'm gonna film a video all about it, so stay tuned for that. But I actually have some bottles and formula in my bedroom ready to go for baby. My pump parts are here as well. You can't really see what I'm doing, but again, I'm going to show you in a different video. But I need to wash them, sanitize them. So on the topic of where I'm sitting and what I'm doing right now, I put prepare a nursing station. Again, this depends on whether you are nursing or bottle feeding your baby, but even if you're bottle feeding, you want to have a good idea of where in your house you're going to be feeding your baby, especially those nighttime feeds. So depending on how big your room is, how big your house is, this is something I wish I would have done with my first and I didn't. I had no idea, especially with house guests. I had a lot of guests my first pregnancy, which is a whole nother video. We're not gonna get into it, but it was uncomfortable for me to breastfeed in front of even my mom. I was uncomfortable with it. So I ended up having to bring my son upstairs in my bedroom to breastfeed him, you know, every 2 or 3 hours, and I didn't have a proper place to do it, so I ended up doing it on my bed. And same thing with night feeds and stuff like that, and it ended up becoming the norm, and it is what it is. But with this baby, I wanted things to be a little bit different, so we are in my bedroom right now, and I have this little nursing station all set up. I have a rocker in here for us. I have this is a changing table with drawers and a laundry basket. I have diapers and all of that set up in our room. I'm gonna bring like the nursing pillow in here. So aside from just your typical bassinet, where is baby gonna sleep, also think about where is baby gonna eat, where am I gonna nurse, where am I gonna pump, and having all the proper supplies ready and handy. Next thing on my list is to visit and tour the hospital and to know the fastest route to the hospital. So I talked about this a little bit in my 2nd trimester update or checklist. If you didn't get a chance to do it in your 2nd trimester, definitely do it in your 3rd trimester. Have an idea of where your hospital is, first of all, how long it's going to take you to get to that hospital. Maybe do like a Google Maps search to see like, okay, what time of the day, the busiest time of the day, how long is it going to take us to get to the hospital? What's the fastest route, be it freeway or surface streets, and just get a good idea of your hospital. Next I have pack your hospital bag. Seems simple enough, right? I think it's up to you when you want to do this. I did it around 35 weeks with my first. I'll probably do it around the same time with my 2nd. Pack that hospital bag, get it ready to go, have it by the door or have it in an easy accessible place. Bring it with you to your last few doctor's appointments. We had a scare my first pregnancy at my 37-week appointment. I was sent to triage and I was told you might be having a baby today, and I was like, oh my God, I don't have my hospital bag with me. And my husband was like, it's okay, I could go home and get it. Install the car seat or the car seat base. I think this is a good idea to do right around the same time as you pack your hospital bag. Familiarize yourself with your car seat. How does it work? How do I snap the baby in? If you have a baby doll or a stuffed animal, practice. Figure out how it works. I know that seems silly, but you don't want to be fumbling with a car seat with a newborn. You just want to know how it works. I have next on here, find a pediatrician. So this is something I don't feel like is, in my opinion, super imperative to do, at least not right away. I feel like most pediatricians are credible and you don't have to do a ton of research, but I also know that some parents are very particular, very specific. They want certain things in a pediatrician. So definitely start looking into that, especially if you are later in your 3rd trimester. Make sure they're covered by your insurance. We're lucky enough this time to where we're just gonna take baby brother to the same hospital or the same pediatrician that big brother goes to. At least do some Google searches and read some Yelp reviews and figure out, you know, what pediatrician you want to call and make your appointment with after you have your baby. Next on my list, I have wash and prepare postpartum clothing. A lot of people just wear their maternity clothes for a while, which is totally fine. And if that's the case, then you probably already have them washed and in your closet because you've been wearing them for the past handful of months. I have a small bucket or a small tub of postpartum clothing. So I have bounce back leggings, I have nursing shirts, nursing bras, things like that. So I have a whole tub of that stuff that I used with my first pregnancy. And so I just want to make sure they're washed, they're hung up, they're ready to go. If nothing else, the nursing bras and some leggings. That way, when I get home from the hospital, I don't have to worry about what I'm gonna wear. Put Together Stroller is another thing I have on here. This one isn't as super duper important, but it kind of goes hand in hand with the car seat. So if you're fiddling with the car seat, you might as well fiddle with the stroller. Put it together, know how it works. That way, when you get home from the hospital, you can go for a walk if you want to, if you're up for it. You can take your stroller to your first postpartum appointment. Figure out how it opens, how it closes, how you can put it in your car, how to snap in the infant car seat, and just get it put together and get it ready. So if you do not plan on having somebody at your house to help you postpartum, you definitely want to make sure you have some freezer meals or some easy meals ready to go. Stock your pantry with non-perishables, whatever your choice of non-perishables are. My list consists of pasta, pasta sauce, rice, beans, mac and cheese, stuff like that, coffee, wine, if I'm being totally honest. Freezer meals are obviously such a go-to for postpartum, so you don't have to make stuff. You could buy pre-made freezer meals. That's what my husband and I did with our first baby. We bought a bunch of like frozen dinners, like the family-sized frozen dinners, lasagna, mac and cheese. I think we live in a very convenient time where we have things like DoorDash and Uber Eats. Our delivery options are endless these days. So this isn't as super duper uber important, but it is a good idea to have a few things ready to go. Know if you have somebody in your house helping you, then they can go grocery shopping for you and they can make your food for you and it's not a big deal. But if you don't, then just kind of be prepared. Maybe have some menus, some phone numbers. Okay, the rest of my list is stuff that you might have not thought of. Maybe it's a bit much. But I think these are good ideas, good things to do and stuff that I either did or wish I had done or plan on doing with this pregnancy. So the next thing I have on here is if you do plan on having visitors or house guests or help around the time of postpartum, make sure you stock the pantry, the freezer, fill your gas tank. So if they are using your car, make sure your gas tank is full or make sure you have cash ready to give them to fill up the gas tank. That was a big thing for me. My mom and sister were here after I delivered my first and my gas tank was on empty. Now granted, they might not care. They can probably fill it up themselves and it's fine, but it's just a nice gesture in any situation to make sure your gas tank is full when people are going to be driving your car. Make sure your car maintenance is up to date, so your oil is changed, your tires are rotated. You're not going to have like anything crazy happen to your car while they're driving your car. Like I said, have cash handy, so in case they need to run to the grocery store for you, or they need to fill up your gas tank, or they need to go get supplies for baby, whatever it may be, have cash ready to give to them or some way to get them money, whether it be through Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, whatever. Have a way to give them cash and money. Make sure your guest rooms are clean, your bed sheets are washed. That's something you can do well in advance, especially if your guest rooms are otherwise empty like ours are. We have 2 guest rooms, so actually their rooms are ready to go right now. So pretty much every time a guest leaves, I wash the bed sheets, I clean the guest room, I clean the bathrooms attached to the guest room. As you get closer to your due date, maybe just make sure the bed is made and the sheets aren't like musty or dusty. Wipe down the bathrooms, make sure the bathrooms are stocked with toilet paper, make sure the towels are clean and stuff like that. Just get everything ready and do it well in advance. So the next thing I have on here is to prep your house. And what I mean by that is prep your house with supplies. So this is something, and I think going through COVID really changed my perspective on all of this and making sure you are well prepped with stuff. Now, I don't mean stockpile. We don't need to be crazy here and have a bunker with stuff in it. But I do think a small Costco run is a good idea to get things like paper supplies, have plentiful toilet paper, paper towels, trash bags, dish soap, hand soap, hygiene products like toothpaste, shower gel, deodorant, pet supplies. Don't forget about your fur babies or your feather babies or whatever kind of pets you have. Make sure you have a bag of dog food ready, cans of dog food, treats. If there's anything in your house that needs to be organized or put away, start doing that stuff now. And do your stockpiling in small bits. That way you don't feel like you're buying a ton all at once, you know? Have a giant pack of toilet paper ready to go. Have a giant pack of paper towels ready to go. The last thing you want to do postpartum is go to the store because you need to buy toilet paper. Along with that, I have to stock your medicine cabinet. So mom and dad medicine essentials. So things like prenatal vitamins, Tylenol, ibuprofen, vitamins, again, Tums. The last thing you want to do postpartum is run to the store because you need to get some Tylenol, or run to the store because you need Band-Aids. Just make sure you have all that stuff. If you have other kids, older kids, make sure they're ready to go for your postpartum period. So on here I have make sure other kids have standard supplies. So if you have younger, so I have a 2-year-old, he's still in diapers, making sure he has diapers, making sure he has wipes, making sure he has plentiful baby food pouches, snacks, things like that, because again, the last thing you want to do is run to the store to buy anything postpartum. If you have school-aged kids and maybe you have an August baby, make sure your kids' back to school shopping is done, their school supplies, their school clothes. Just make sure you have all of that stuff. Laundry detergent just popped up in my head. Make sure you have laundry detergent. You are going to be doing tons of laundry postpartum. Your laundry, baby's laundry. You're going to be leaking, baby's going to be peeing and puking. Like, just laundry detergent is a good idea to have a backup of. If you are, I say lucky enough, but it depends on the situation. But if you have a situation where your labor is scheduled, so maybe you have a scheduled induction or a scheduled C-section, you have the luxury of being extra prepared, which I think for a type A person like me, a planner like me, is a dream because you can really make sure you are ready before you go to the hospital. So if you have a scheduled delivery, or if you have made it to 39 or 40 weeks, you know you're gonna have your baby here pretty soon. These are things that I think you should kind of do those like every day, or just be ready to go. Make sure all of your laundry is up to date and folded and put away. You don't want to come home to a laundry basket of clothes that needs to be folded and hung up. Make sure your bed sheets are washed. Make sure your towels are washed and folded and put away. Your dishes, so your dishes in your sink, wash as you go. Do not let them stockpile, because you don't want to come home to a dirty kitchen. You don't want to come home to a sink full of dirty dishes that stink. Take your trash out so you don't have a big stinky trash can when you come home. Just things like, imagine you're leaving for a 2-week-long vacation. What's everything you would do to your house before you left for vacation, basically? Other things I have on here are take care of all of your annual appointments. So things like dentist appointments, vet appointments, car checkups like we talked about before, well checkups for you, for your other kids, physicals, anything that's an annual appointment that would typically happen around the time you had your baby, do it before you have your babies. I have planned out well visits for my son, dentist appointments for my son and myself, vet appointments for the dogs, got my oil changed on my car the other day. The last thing, and probably the most important thing on my list, is self-care. That's why I want to get things done so early. This is why I'm such a planner. This is why I'm planning and getting everything done well ahead of time, because I want to take the last at least 2 weeks. I'm saying the entire month of December. My baby's due December 19th. I at least want those 3 weeks to just relax. Your life is about to change forever. Go get your hair done. Go get your nails done. Take a bath. Sleep. Go on a date with your husband. Spend time with your older kids. I think that's the most important thing. Self-care. Okay, you guys, I know that was a really, really long video. My throat actually hurts from talking so much. If you've made it this far, you are a champion. And I hope that this video was super helpful for you. If there's anything that I forgot, let me know in the comment section down below. Let all of us know in the comment section down below. What do we need to be doing to prepare for baby? What do we need to be doing in our 3rd trimester? And that's it, you guys. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.